high school page. I need updated photos.
So cute.
We need updated pictures because the old photos of it all.
They is pretty old.
Even the photos from 2020 feel like so long ago.
Shit, it was what, 5 years ago?
That's a high school career in a year. That's
Mhm.
a minute ago. So I didn't even have a beard then. Lord, let's update these photos, Tom.
We need a twin tuition photo shoot.
Hello. That's actually not a bad idea. I know somebody.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Welcome to Twin Tuition. We're back for our April. Yes, on the last day of April.
Last day of April.
Our April show. We haven't been here since March 9th.
It's Tom's fault, y'all.
Well, yes, it is. But we haven't been here since March 9th. That was before my birthday trip. Fun. All of that shit was fun. What you would expect. Nothing less from me.
Period.
So, since we haven't been here so long, I feel like we should just jump right in.
Hey.
So y'all know here lately we have been really feeling the reality aspect of our podcast. And so further notice, I feel like that's what we focus on.
Right. And do.
And before we jump into the main topic, which is always the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And our queen, our goddess.
Portia.
We wanted to touch on baddies real fast.
Baddies
wrapped up.
Pose for me.
All 3 parts of the reunion is done. And did you like the reunion?
Did I like? That's a good question. I don't think it was the best reunion I've ever seen in life. Like, they made it seem like this was like the best baddies reunion of all. And I don't think I would consider it that. The fighting is cool and everything. I love to still obviously see that. But it would be nice if niggas could get a little more dialogue. It would be nice to see some of y'all resolve some of these issues with words and not your hands, mainly like Big Lex and Jayla. Every single time y'all fought was stupid as fuck. There was just really no point behind it.
Most of that was Lex's fault, you ask me.
Exactly. Agreed.
If not all of it, but
yeah. Even at the reunion when she was like, "Why you jumping in, Jayla? Bitch, ain't you jumping in for your friend? What is you talking about?" Like, she just don't make no kind of sense.
I'm not a Lex fan.
I'm not either. She don't make sense at all. And I really wanted to like her. I'm not gonna lie. I really wanted to like her off of her pretty face and playing basketball and all that stuff. I was like, yes.
Girl, fuck La Cienega.
Yes.
La Cienega Boulevard is what I call her.
Agreed.
With them big ass feet and that wide ass mouth. That
her
is
mouth is wide.
That is La Cienega Boulevard
fan too, because like it's so many clips of her in the background of like baddies auditions, cheese and fanning out.
When Anna was there,
when Scotty, she's fanned out over Scotty. Like, girl, like,
give it a rest.
Give
it up, delicious.
Her and Emma really gay fans.
Oh, Emma too. Both of them came in hating people based off what they saw on TV. I don't respect
from a
that.
viewer's perspective.
If you have the opportunity to move into a space, I hate that in life in general. If you don't like someone, I'm gonna give them a fair shot if I don't know them until they show that to me. I do appreciate your heads up, and I will keep an eye out for fraudulent or whatever
Keep the head on the
behavior,
swivel.
right?
Right.
But it just could be y'all two personalities don't mix, and ours two do, and that's totally
Exactly.
fine. I just don't think you should have preconceived notions about people that you never met.
Ridiculous.
And although we have a whole podcast about that, if I was to
But we're
ever,
not in their setting though either.
but no, we met Candy, and I did not like Candy when we met her, but I did not treat her like I
But
did
you
not
didn't
like
treat her
her.
like that
Yes.
either. You child, you fanned out more than me.
Oh my God, it's Candy.
And I'm a Candy bird. Like I'm not like a hard fan anymore, but I'm a fan.
Yeah.
And it's like he Luther is my, oh my God.
It's Candy. So
She did answer him like we was cousins though,
yeah,
or
she
something
did.
like.
You know my country self, Candy. She's like, huh?
It was given very much, and her whole family is like that, by the way, because we met some of the old lady gang and
Yes,
stuff like that,
Bertha.
and
Yeah.
they were like that as well. They
Oh no,
give
we
you
met
very much.
Nora, not
Yeah, Nora,
Bertha.
yeah.
I wish
Ooh,
I
we
would have
wanted
met.
it to be Bertha. It was Nora. I love you, Nora. You cute and everything, but
Yeah,
Bertha is
you
the
the
star.
nice one. I want to be
Bertha is
Bertha. I
Beyonce.
still say it, but I'll be damned.
Okay. Listen. I still say everything is a scheme from
Todd
Todd
set up
set up
to
to
come at you with the bullshit.
bullshit.
Gotta do the
And then
turn.
the turn and the walk. Baby Bertha used to serve. Baby
I
Bertha
love
was
Bertha.
serving. Child.
I love Bertha.
What you gonna cook at the old lady gang? I be damned. Like Bertha just. That's how unbothered I strive to be and honest with motherfuckers immediately.
Yes,
Like
it comes with age, I hear.
man. But yeah, back to baddies. Back to baddies.
But so my opinion is pretty much the same as it concerns Lex and Jayla. Jayla's actually top two fave for me. Jayla and Tasiki are my top two faves. I do understand that Tasiki dislike as far as her being on the show. My love for Tasiki encompasses more than that. So I do
will
like
say
her.
in defense of her, as far as what I said in regards to disliking her this season, it wasn't just her. A lot, and this was addressed on the reunion. A lot of the OGs feel like they didn't have to do much. They felt like they ain't had to get in the paint. They felt like they ain't had to crack jokes. They felt like they could just sit there and be cute and watch the newbies do everything. So it wasn't just her.
I don't know.
I guess maybe I was a little more disappointed with her because she's one of my favorites. But
I just feel like she catches the most heat for stuff like that. I don't know why, but
well, she one of my favorites. My other favorites was giving it up.
Did you like any of the newbies?
I like Ivory. As long as she's not throwing piss, I love Ivory. I honestly, and this might sound a little warped, but a lot of how reckless I used to be back in the day, I see in her,
Ivory.
minus the piss, because I would
I've
never do that, me
done
personally.
Yeah. I've spit at somebody on somebody before, but it's piss.
I don't think I have, but I don't think I wouldn't back in the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Ooh,
back
I was
when I was rowdy and shit, like I might have. So yeah, so I see a lot of myself in her, so it's hard for me to fully dislike her. I just did not like the P thing. Other than that, I'd be rocking with Ivory.
I didn't like that either, and I didn't like it on the strength of hearing about it. I never saw it. I
saw it. I watched.
I can only imagine how much more visceral my reaction would be to her if I had seen it. I remember texting you like, I don't respect her before the season started because I'm like, anybody who would throw piss on somebody is da da da. And this is why you never say never though, because watching the season, I like Ivory on baddies.
Did you hear the multiple times that she said she was trying to grow?
Yes.
And even pointed out the instances where she would have spazzed out but chose something different. Like she really is. I really have seen her from her very first show, which was Baddies of Las Vegas, which was on Now That's TV. But if you're a subscriber now, they took it off of there, so you will not be able to watch it anywhere. But Baddies of Las Vegas to now, I really do see that girl growth. I really do see that she is trying.
Well, from what I hear, she's only 22.
Yeah,
So
but
that is crazy work.
she's done like 22 shows.
When did Now That TV start popping? Was it before the pandemic? Did they was this or during?
It was after. This is
Okay.
very recent.
Okay, because I'm about to say this girl only 20. How long she been on TV, child?
I
Was she
think I
16?
have their at the shows that they show date back to 2022. I do think it could have been at least a year or two prior, but a lot of those shows have been taken down because they fell out with the creators of those shows.
Mm.
So they, instead of paying them any coin or whatever the case,
Any
the contract
residuals?
is, they just took the entire show off of the app. Because it's plenty shows I've seen on there where I'm like, wait a minute, where is this? Where?
Right.
So yeah, but I have watched that girl journey, and I can truly, truly, truly say that she really is trying to change and grow and be like and give us different sides of herself. It's more than just a turn up all the time, beat motherfuckers ass. Like,
Well, from my perspective, from somebody who didn't really know her from TV and had only heard the things that happened, I have to say that Ivory was surprisingly charismatic, surprisingly funny,
anyone who
um,
has done a show with her actually describes her as that
charismatic. Yeah,
charismatic, very sweet and
yeah. That's why I was
loving.
like, even on the reunion, she's like, "Y'all hoes don't want to hug it out." I was like, "Y'all give Ivory a hug, child."
Well, she did say, because I'll be watching Isaiah J's videos on Instagram if anybody likes other recaps or whatever, and she commented under his recap of the reunion saying specifically when she offered Summer the hug, she was gonna do something to her.
Oh,
And
so
that
Summer
is in
was
true,
smart.
yeah, and that
Mm.
is true Ivory fashion. Smart, Summer was smart not to, and I wanted her to
I don't.
go
I
in
was
for
gonna
that
say I don't
hug
like Summer.
because I knew Ivory was gonna do something because I just been watching her for so long. I knew what time it was, so I really didn't need that comment to know what she was on.
Can I just say this about Summer, because
Oh,
I feel like the
please.
misconception a lot when people say they don't like Summer is that, like, especially coming from someone like me, and I dealt with this talking to somebody else about the show, like, I don't like her because she's ghetto, or I don't like her because I have elitism, or things like that. I love me a good ghetto Banji bitch. I love a good ghetto girl. No, 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 no.
You don't like
You're
get
not
on
in the
her.
same
Oh,
with
okay.
Summer. I
You're
love a
right.
good
She's
ghetto
she's
Banji
be-
bitch,
she's very good.
because it's a lot of girls on that show that I have liked before that I'm like, that's just a good old they the ghetto or country. I love both.
I'll say, baby, they don't know you at all because you
No,
loves you a ghetto.
but let me tell you, that it has nothing to do with elitism or looking down on her or anything like that. It has everything to do with the person that she is. Summer
Yeah,
is trash. Anybody who will get
absolutely.
on a bus and pee all over the floor with other women around, let the other women on the show tell it her coochie stank. Which, look, listen, that's not a sole reason not to like somebody. I'm just listing the list now. She goes too far. She doesn't know when to stop.
Insert herself in
I find
everybody
her
business that
I
don't have nothing
find
to do with
her
her.
highly annoying. Summer is the type of person, just based off reality TV. I know they say you're not supposed to do this, but I'm saying with Summer, I feel like I can, that I know I would not like if I met in person. And
Agreed.
even if we hit it off initially, eventually
We will fall
I will
out.
fall out with her because she does not have any decorum,
No
and she doesn't
decorum,
know when to
no
stop.
filter, and she don't know when to stop.
No. And like, even let's take Dolly. I don't like her either. But I could
She know
see
when
the
to stop.
potential of Dolly outside of the show, for like, if I was to meet her, that I would like her.
She knows how to control
Yes.
herself when she needs to.
Even with Lex, I don't like Lex either, but I feel like Lex I probably could get along with most people.
Except for
Summer
Summer.
is the bottom of the barrel ghetto, nasty, trashy, just I can't get with that. I
Agree.
can't get with that. I'm
Agree.
sorry.
And I really don't understand people liking her. I really don't.
Oh, child.
It don't make sense to me. Any woman who can sit up there, and I know she gave Slim an apology at the reunion,
I thought that was genuine.
and
I
I
really thought that was genuine.
and I thought it was genuine too. However, for me personally, it's still hard to fully accept because it's just like, girl, you ain't know that was taking it too far. You lost both your parents. You don't have no compassion for this
Yeah.
girl.
But let me tell you, that's actually a point that made me smile with her. That's
No,
so
it did
crazy
make me smile with
because
her
I
at the
can relate to that
reunion.
moment because, as you know, like especially well, Summer's close to our age actually, but back in the day, growing up in my early 20s, it was nothing to say nothing to nobody, whether I went through it or not, about how I felt about whatever. Bitch, that's why your daddy did. Your grandma got
I
cancer.
feel like you
Da, da,
had
da.
boundaries with certain folks though. Like, yes,
But they don't have. But you
you
said
will go
certain.
to the pizza hell, child. Lord
But
knows.
you said certain folks. Those two women don't have a previous bond that we know of to make Summer not say those things. Now, granted,
But
she's
see, that's the
28.
thing
She's
though.
28, so she knows better now.
But
She should.
let's go back. She did not know that woman, and they had no beef for her to come at her like that in the first place either, though.
That is
Now,
true.
anybody that you've said something like that to, whether it was warranted to go to the pits of hell or not, they typically had said or done something to you
Right.
before you went to the pits of
This
hell.
is true. It was not my first insult.
This was one of them times where she inserted herself in some shit that had nothing to do with her and went for her jugular.
Let me say this. I think you're right. However, my my warm feeling for Summer was more so about her being grown woman enough to acknowledge the wrong and what she said. Her explanation made sense. It's the most sense Summer has ever made
But
to me.
see, another reason it's hard for me is because, again, just at the motherfucking Africa auditions, you putting a girl down who said that she was shot before. Like,
Yeah.
is you really sorry? Is you really trying to grow? Is you really
Well,
trying to learn?
look, listen. Please
I'm
don't.
open to it, but I'm got my
Please
eyebrows
don't make
raised
me defend this woman too much. But in regards to that, because I thought that was disgusting.
as hell.
But I have Twitter, and she got on Twitter and explained where that was coming from. Now, this does not. I always say there's a difference between excuses and explanations, and sometimes they can be combined into one, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they are two separate things. And I think Summer was literally providing an explanation. So I'm not saying that this is right, but she said that she had just lost her niece right before that. She said she probably shouldn't have even came to the auditions. But these girls don't want to miss that bag
Mm-hmm.
because Zeus pays very well from what we understand.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't want to this she didn't say she didn't want to miss the bag. This is what I'm saying. But
Mm-hmm.
she said that she had just lost her niece. She probably should not have came through the audition. She was still grieving, and that's why she was so drunk. And she barely remembers saying it to the girl. And so she came out and apologized to that girl on Twitter as well.
Mm.
So, and it seems like, so to me, if you look at it chronologically, that incident with Baddies, the auditions happened first. She apologized for that. And then she came onto the show and apologized to Slim. So to me, the behavior has not been inconsistent yet because chronologically it's trending in the right
Well, we
direction.
know Bonquisha don't have Twitter, so I would not have seen that.
Well, that's why we bounce off each other knowledge here.
Right.
So before we move on to Housewives, one of the main events at the Baddies reunion was the Tasiki and Dolly fight. Now, child. Now, how did you feel about that? Because I have my own feelings.
Okay, so Dolly lost. However, she did not lose the way I feel like Taseki wanted her to lose. And I saw a magnified close-up picture where Dolly did dot that eye up here was swole. Her eyebrow was swole. So I do think that Taseki still walked away, although Victoria's, you saw how she was mad and slapping the camera and all this kind of. At first I was like, why is she so mad? She was mad because she thought she was finna go into the fight and do her the way she did Diamond, and it didn't
Ain't
work
no way
out
she
like
thought
that.
that.
She
Ain't no
thought
way
that
she thought
the way
Diamond was gonna be the same kind of fight with Dolly.
her reaction was, and I don't think Taseki has really been around for Dolly fights like that either. The way
She fought her on the show.
They barely got it. That was barely even time.
Yeah.
The way Taseki acted when that fight was over, she was pissed about something. Now, granted, I'm grasping at straws, but she was pissed about something.
This is why I come with the extra knowledge from the background stuff. But go ahead.
Oh, girl,
I'll address it.
definitely lost.
Okay, I don't think there's anybody in
Well,
their
there
right
were some
mind.
people on Facebook that was
I did
trying to
see, but they were in the
say
minority. Most people
they were
think
in the
Tasiki won the fight,
minority.
right? So let me tell you,
But that step back and punch combo be killing them hoes. I know that.
let me say this. So before I even got any background on what happened between Tasiki and Dali as far as the fight is concerned, just watching the fight on TV, I called bullshit right away. Of course, I thought Tasiki won. But I was like, why? If you remember when she fought ET, who I think can fight better than Dali,
Mm-hmm.
she told ET up.
Mm-hmm.
Diamond can't fight better than neither one of the other two girls.
Mm.
But then that was Dolly. So in my mind, I'm like, Dolly's no match for Tasiki, and she's smaller than ET. Not that that always means something, but in general, it does matter in a fight who's
Mm-hmm.
taller. That's why Big Lex. I feel like if Jayla had longer arms and was taller, that might be a more even match.
It would have
But
been.
that type of stuff does matter. If you notice and you pay the fuck attention, when it came to E.T. and Tasiki, and when it came to Diamond and Tasiki, they let them fight way longer
Show did.
than they let that girl. And I feel like that they moved out. Wait, first of all, they let Tasiki and E.T. go like 4 rounds.
They did.
They
Like
let that girl loose on her. When it was time for Diamond, they went 2 rounds, but they let that shit gain some momentum.
Mm-hmm.
You break up this fight while I'm in the midst of, and then if you notice at the end of the second round, Tasiki had just elbowed her because she dropped her the first time. She had just elbowed her. Dolly hit Tasiki maybe once or maybe twice. If the security would have let that shit keep going, Tasiki could have got her anger out.
And
I
why
don't.
was security breaking up the fights
That's
like
why I
that?
was like, well,
I
Dolly
thought
is
they was-
protected or some shit.
I felt like they was breaking up almost all the fights too
So
quickly.
fast,
Like,
yes.
let's be for real. Yes, we want y'all to get dialogue, but that's what a lot of these hoes go to the
When it comes to
reunion
bitches
for.
like Tasiki, you know Tasiki and Dolly was the main event. Anytime
Like, y'all
Tasiki
know-
fighting,
Lex
them hoes
came with
fight.
a fucking boxing glove bra. Y'all know these hoes came to bang. Like, why y'all not letting at least let them get like 1 full minute or something? Like, let these hoes get this aggression out.
it
so
must
they
have
can
been
talk.
something that happened with Diamond's tooth where they was like, we can't.
It must
I
have
don't
been.
know. But they did not let Tasiki loose. And I'm like, let my bitch loose. So when you're talking about the anger that she felt, you know, while she was punching
It
holes
could've
in
been
walls,
that
I
too.
think it's because y'all not letting me run it. Like,
Mhm.
why are we not fighting? Y'all
It
usually
could have
clear
been
this
that
space.
as well.
If you, I swear to God, watch them both back. They literally clear the space for Tasiki to fight.
Mhm.
So security was on her like white on rice from the very inception of that of them squaring up. I was like, oh no, I call bullshit. I call bullshit. But I do think Tasiki won. I mean, there's no doubt about that. I think that's why she was mad, and they don't really have no real beef no more. So they let it go. We let it go. But to me, Tasiki's still the eater. You can't be Clarissa, but you the street fighter eater.
I just really need Clarissa to go find like a man in the box and like just go about your business. Like, y'all two completely different fighters. It don't make sense. Like, girl,
Why,
bye.
as a boxer, do you want to lower yourself into the realm of not only reality TV but a street fighter that you know you can beat? I don't understand.
It's giving bullying.
It's like you are the greatest female boxer of all time according to your stats, and yet you still feel you have something to prove. Which is at that point, it's time to take an inner look at yourself.
Okay.
Because why do you still feel like there's something to prove? Because literally, Clarissa started with Tasiki because fans was saying you can't beat her. Tasiki never came to you and said I could beat you up.
Disrespected you, said nothing.
So you let fans of a show geek you up like the slow. I think I shouldn't use the word slow. I think she got a little special needs.
Listen,
They say talented people be the most special.
She let us bully her into getting a stylist. That was the best thing she could have ever did for herself. But moving on.
Yes, let's move right along into the main event, darling.
Yeah.
Let's go into Housewives. You want to start backwards or forwards? You want to start from most recent to back or work our way up?
No, let's start from the past to now because I don't remember that much.
Okay.
You can start that off.
So basically, Housewives has started. Last time we were giving our thoughts about the show before the show. You didn't think you were gonna like Brit. Has that changed since we've 9 episodes in now?
Hell no.
So no.
Even though her and Portia are seemingly very close.
Just because Portia like it, I mean I gotta like it.
Exactly. That's why I said even though they seem seemingly close after the show has wrapped, hell no.
Yeah, I'm not a big Brit fan either.
or Angela.
Um, jury's, I want to say jury's still out on Angela, but they are coming to their judgments. The gravel is about to pound. If anything, if one more thing go wrong, there's some
If
things about
someone shows you who they are,
believe this.
believe them.
I'm sure we'll get to that. But I'm just going over my impressions of other girls. That's where we left off. Now that the show is going, the jury's still out on Angela. Kenya was dead ass motherfucking wrong. I did not think I was going to think Kenya was as wrong as she was. I seeing it and hearing about it is always two different things.
So cringy.
It is, and it's crazy because
I hated that.
Just to go into Kenya's speech a little bit, when she said, "That's why I pay this bitch dust." Paying someone dust is not going on a rant about them at your motherfucking opening.
Pictures and stuff.
That's not paying dust.
When she said she was gonna pay her dust, I really thought she was really gonna pay the bitch dust, and then I was gonna be like, "Oh, she ate right."
Right.
This bitch want to bring out portraits and shit. She want to have a.
That's
little,
not paying dust. It's giving very much so
shit.
bothered. Very much so bothered.
Very bothered.
Okay, so Kenya has never really always been all the way in for me. I go back and forth with her, but she's never been a fave.
Them first two, I think, episodes it was before that incident, though.
Dude, no.
She was giving me my life for a
when
second.
her and Portia had it hot, man. with her big ass.
God. So funny.
That shit was hilarious. Shamia obviously is fan favorite. It seems like I like Shamia. I don't think I like her as much as everybody else. There's a few things about Shamia that I think people are overlooking because they don't like Portia right now.
Yep,
but I do like Shamia, so let's make that clear. Kelly is like a scale of 1 to 10, a 5.5. She on the like side.
Right. She inching her way.
She trying to, tiptoeing her heels up the numbers, girl. Have we covered everyone? Oh, Britt. You don't like Britt. I said I don't like Britt. Who else are we missing? Oh, Drew.
You sneaky, slimy slut.
I don't hate Drew, and I don't like her. I think that's the most fair judgment I can give Drew right now. Is I don't hate her and I don't like her. I do think her and Portia are going to end up moving past their issues.
I definitely do. For me with Drew, as far as the dislike, I'm spanning this over her entire time on the show, not just this season. And I wanted to really like her. I really did, because even though she was the one who slept with Derwin on the game, and a lot of people still want to hold that woman.
She shouldn't have used her real name.
She shouldn't have. I was like, I'm going to give her a chance. And I just...
Wait, okay. So is that everybody? Drew, Portia, Britt, Kelly.
We didn't mention Angela, Cynthia and them wigs.
Angela, hold on. We're missing a housewife. It's 6 of them. Oh, Shamia. We did do all of them. Cynthia and the wigs. The last 2, well, was it just the last episode? She looked fine to me. The last episode.
Yeah, because she mentioned how we had already been talking about her wigs in that episode.
So you've been watching the after show? Because she was like, they've been coming for my wigs.
Yeah. I have been.
I thought of you instantly. I like Brittany already said it. He is.
Baby, them wigs. Bye-bye. Cynthia's mother. This ain't the same mother that Eva was calling her. This mother got orthopedic shoes on. I don't know what's happening.
Up there. I think Cynthia, is she my mama age? I want to say she like 61.
No, but that don't mean she got to wear wigs like that.
Let me say this about Cynthia. A few of the wigs have been concerning. And it's another thing I want to say about her, but I'm going to wait till we get done with the wig. A few of the wigs have been concerning, but she always served face.
Oh, yeah.
So I let a pretty girl slide with a bad wig.
Because you know what? Them first couple episodes, I ain't say nothing. I'm like, I'm going to be quiet. I let her live. But, bitch, you ain't going to keep sliding with your pretty face hole. No, fix them wigs.
I feel like it was when she came to the Balmain event. That was when I was like, okay. That was like episode 3 or 4.
That was the Lord Farquhar one, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly what it looked
Her
like.
mushroom cut. Let me tell y'all, I'm sorry. Mushroom cuts only work in a fashion editorial picture, but just in regular life, you just filming Cynthia.
And she's a model. She should know.
Cynthia.
But is it me? So this is the other thing I want to touch on with her. Is it me or is Cynthia getting tired, like physically? Like Cynthia always seems like she could just go to bed, like right there in the middle of the
Physically,
scene.
mentally,
Yeah.
like this. Lord, I'm jumping around. But the most recent episode when her and Portia was laying in the bed talking, she looked like she was about to go right on the bed, child.
And don't get me wrong, I hate that people say Cynthia is boring. I
I don't
love
think she's
her
boring.
neutrality because to me, it's always giving. Let's have a person that's fair to give all aspects. Like when she got them together last episode and said, "To it's your picture sucking a dick that you." Now we all are sex positive in our friend group and everything like that. That don't mean I want you to pull out a picture at an event of me
Right.
sucking some dick. Like
Right.
that is not what I asked for, ma'am.
Okay. No one ordered this.
No, I don't want y'all to show me
No.
doing that. And that's part of the reason I don't let people do stuff like that.
Amen.
But I just feel like Cynthia is getting tired, but I do love her neutrality. I love a good voice of reason. She's a Pisces. We're usually pretty good at that.
Oh.
But I do love a good voice of reason. Like, hey, have you considered this aspect? This may be where this person is coming from. And so I appreciate Cynthia, regardless of the wigs and the tiredness.
Agreed.
So
Agreed. But yeah, going back to that episode, Kenya was so just.
that's what we're gonna start
You had
with
already
the
started.
Kenya episode.
You already started.
Did I start?
You
I said she
mentioned it.
said I was using that to talk about that I didn't like Kenya, but we could start there because really
Wow.
before then, what really happened?
Right.
So we can't start there.
But yeah, that's all I honestly even really remember happening in that episode is that. And it was just like, girl, you really let this newbie come in and screw you out your spot. You supposed to be an OG. You should honestly know how to handle these type of situations better. If you truly felt that way, you know what to do because you did it to Portia after she whooped your ass that reunion. Like, let's be for
I'm so sorry to
real.
interrupt you. I just noticed that our background is edited.
Oh yeah, the green screen.
We have a green screen.
You so
I'm like,
late.
that is not behind me.
So late.
I've
So
been
late.
looking at me. Like where
Of course.
well, and Brittany. I've been looking at us both.
Of course.
But I've been looking at me and I didn't even I'm like, where is this lamp and stuff?
This man.
I feel like I'm on the set of
Wait.
Housewives.
That episode wasn't that
Oh, period.
also the episode where Shamia tried to play her song and Portia kept talking over
That was
it?
the episode before.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's one of the things Portia has done this season that I don't care for.
Jesus, I didn't like that. She made it hard to be a fan in that moment, boy.
I don't think she made it hard to be a fan now. Like, hold on now. No, this ain't Phaedra.
Man, she made
Now
it
hold
a little
on.
hard.
This is what I'll say about that. Let's say it's me and you, because yeah, because just because we have the same history, like 20 plus years of friendship, and let's say that Alex also sings. Well, no, because Alex not a good example because she's close to both of us. But just for kicks and giggles, we'll say it's Alex. She plays the song, and I'm like, this ain't Brittany, this Alex. I feel like after the first time you say it, and you like, no, it's me. Because I feel like it was a genuine, like she really thought that it sounded like Drew, because it did. I mean, because they both have the same auto-tune melodyne on their voices. And I wish they both would stop because they both can actually sing. But if I say that and you say no, that's me, why am I gonna keep repeating it for?
And see, that's where my issue came in with Portia, and that's where it became hard to be a fan because the initial shock, I don't give no fuck what nobody say, whether they feel it's real, fake, whatever the fuck. Anyone is allowed that initial shock, you know, when you first start playing the song. But you kept continuously kept talking while she was playing the song, girl. Like, listen first and then be like, oh no, that don't like you.
And I think it's one of them things like if you thought she was lying or something, like let me address this with
I
my friend later. Like
no. I didn't necessarily think she was lying. I just thought she was being rude as fuck.
no. I'm saying if Portia thought that Shamia was lying, like let me
Oh,
still shut up and address this with my friend. Like, girl, was that really
yeah.
you?
We
Like,
like
what
talk
was
about it later. Why would you
like,
choose the moment she playing her song to keep trying to talk about
but
it?
in Portia's defense, not trying to defend her in the aspect of I agree with what she did in that moment, but just playing devil's advocate, being a Cynthia. Um, when she said, "So I don't know your voice," like she's literally like, I feel like she was taken aback. Like, girl, this is not you, and like you trying to tell me, like you trying to play me in front of this group of women, like I don't know you. I feel like she was a little taken aback by that as
And she
well.
may have been, but it was still poor timing.
It was,
Yeah, it
it
was
was. I'm just trying to
poor
make sense of it
timing.
all because I don't think Portia's a
I don't
bad
think that
person.
it was received. I feel okay. So this is what I feel like. I feel like, and this is for other people, not me.
Okay,
I feel like because she showed up to the birthday party late,
I didn't get the big deal about that. I'm just gonna
I
keep
did
it real.
not understand
Just because I know I don't
the
know if the viewers.
dynamics of
Yeah,
Housewives. Quite truthfully, I was just watching season 6. I think is that the season that they go to Mexico with
Nene and them
Kenya?
was always talking about everybody being late.
That was
Yes,
the biggest thing. Everybody was always late. That has been a consistent issue with Atlanta Housewives specifically. Majority of the cast in general is always late. And Shamia know that.
this is my thing. You gotta know your friend, Cameron. Not
And that too.
like
I
girl.
don't expect your ass to be on time.
I was about
If
to
you
say
on
that.
time, I'm surprised.
If no, hold on. If I'm on time, you
If
know
you
I'm leaving
coming.
early. If I'm on time, I'm leaving early. I
If
beat
you're
people
coming,
out.
I'm surprised. Like, no, like you said, know your fucking friend.
You have to
I
know
know
your friend.
Jamal gonna be there 10 minutes early.
Right.
Berto gonna be 4 hours late, and he gonna be somewhere in the middle. Like,
You have to know your friends, and I feel like, because I swear to God, like people need to understand that like first of all getting ready and I understand not that I'm on any level like these women but the more clothes and shoes and things I get
child, her
I
wig
under
alone probably took about 3, 4,
let me
5
tell you
hours.
something even picking out an outfit be giving me anxiety now because I be
Amen.
like oh my closet is too many clothes what I'm gonna wear what have nobody ever seen before
And
when the
as
last
a
time I wore
woman who
this
has had a child, baby, you be self conscious about
hello
your
that too
body,
because don't
what
girl
gonna show and slip and
you think
tuck
men don't
and
bloat like I might want to
child.
wear. I might have planned to wear a mesh top, but I'm like, I can't wear this no more because I'm bloating.
Baby.
So like, I need to figure out something else.
Exactly. I
So
tell people all the time, I wear what my body
hello,
allows.
and
you
then it's
know?
like, so, and I'm just a guy,
And
regardless of how
then
pretty I think I am. It still take women a long time to
and
get
then
ready.
you add motherfucking Atlanta traffic too.
Mm.
If you
Girl,
don't
if we live in
leave,
Atlanta and you thought I was late now in Milwaukee, you
man,
lucky I make it at
you
all.
lucky I know what traffic is like down there. And we don't
Yeah,
live there. So it's like,
yeah.
come on, y'all. Like, where was the grace? Like, it's just really ridiculous. I feel like
But
that
you were
was.
saying something. I'm
Oh
sorry,
yeah,
I
yeah.
interrupted you.
So the her being late to the birthday party, the song situation, like there's been a few instances where it's the viewers have taken it like Portia is purposely doing this to her Shamia, or she's jealous that Shamia's on the show, and da-da-da. That's ridiculous because she wouldn't even be considered for the show without Portia. Portia has brought her on as a friend for many seasons. For all we know, she could have been fighting to get Shamia a peach.
Well, I will say this. I know Candy has, but
And clearly they didn't do it. And Candy had a whole lot of reach.
and this is another thing that you have to remember too is that, like you said, Portia brought her to this platform. Shamia being a housewife actually was in talks before this season. Her
Mhm.
husband did not want
To
to
do it
be,
right.
and
And I
that's a
don't
big
blame him.
thing about housewives. Their husbands have to be willing to go into it with them.
Sadly.
And that's why Angela actually has been approached before too. And Charles was not okay.
I'm sure.
So
And that's why Charles be treating her ass like that on
I
camera.
don't think he like her.
He don't like
I'm
her in real life.
sorry.
He don't.
Charles does not like Angela. And it's sad to watch sometimes because it's like even like you know how when Britt called her husband, he's like, I miss you. And of course Shamia has the best husband on the show. Like
And
he's always so engaging with her. I'm like, oh my God, I love like
because
their
they in love
relationship.
for real.
Yes. And they've been together like more than 10 years. I'm like, this is beautiful.
And I loved her telling her story about how they made no, it was long than motherfucking.
Right.
It was still
Oh my
like
God.
you saw what you want and you went after it, girl. I love it.
And so, but when you get to Angela and her, it's like he became like he annoyed that she called.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm. Like
Lots
everybody
of
been in a
one word
relationship
answer.
before. Like, let's not act like because this is the thing. Anybody who been in a relationship, married or not, know that your partner has told you some shit about some shit you don't give a fuck about.
Mm-hmm.
Like
All the
something that
time.
happened at work, or like I don't know these people. What you want me to really say?
Right.
But you still, because you love them, you engage and you talk like, oh, Ashley from work did what? We don't like that bitch. And then you engage with your partner because that's what you're supposed to do, in my
Right.
opinion. So just to get this whole like you don't give a fuck about what's going on with her because it don't involve you is selfish as fuck. I don't really care for Charles.
Most professional ball players in general, not just basketball, but baseball, football, all the sports, majority of those men have that selfish ass mentality where it's all about them, and the moment that you get something for you, it becomes a problem.
So
We
why
saw
side
that with
up?
Portia and Cordell.
Why
We've
side
seen
up?
it with other reality shows. Shit, we even seen it with Nene and Greg. He couldn't handle her making more money at one point. Like,
He said that.
yeah, he ended
He
up
said that.
admitting it eventually. But yeah, like,
But I'm not gonna lie. To be fair, I don't think that's a thing about them being like athletes or successful men. I think anytime dynamics change in a relationship, it's hard for one party, regardless. If especially with men, when because men are looked at as the providers in heterosexual relationships, and
well, I
so
didn't mean necessarily the change in income, but just the selfish mentality in general they seem to have.
but I think that that's where it stems from. And men are much worse at being well, straight men are much worse at being able to analyze where their feelings or their attitude shifts may be coming from. And
Facts.
so what's really the problem is that you feel threatened by her being more successful than you, and so you act out in these ways. But you don't even know how to articulate that because you don't even want to do the work to figure out where that's coming
Ooh,
from.
you better say it.
So
Doing the work. Most people don't want to do the work.
child,
Y'all don't want to talk about that though.
okay. But so let's get into this last episode. I want to start at the end
Okay.
because I've been wanting to tell you this since since I
Oh my
watched the
God.
episode early this morning.
Say it.
I
Say
said early.
it. I hate you so bad.
I was on a treadmill, like, oh, oh, I mean the elliptical. Oh, bitch.
Oh, Lord.
So Portia at the end of this episode,
Oh Lord.
I cannot support that. I cannot defend her. And let me tell you something. Even if I was gonna give her the benefit of the doubt, because I know Portia's sense of humor. Girl, I just fuck her husband. um, are you reading the room? People already think that you're a man stealer, regardless of how incorrect they have the story. This is your perception. If I know it, you know it. So why would I want to feed into that, especially if I don't believe it's true? I get alcohol played a role. I just cannot see myself. I done had some drunk moments. As we all know, I used to be off Four Loco. Okay. I have never had a moment like that where I just out and out just
I have. That's
told
why
on
I'm sitting there
myself like
smiling like that.
that.
And I was not drunk.
Oh my God.
I was not high. I was very sober.
But
And I told that girl, bitch, you keep fucking with me, I'ma fuck your nigga and I'ma send you the video, bitch. Keep playing with me. I don't know if it's a cancer thing or what.
So I'm not saying I never had a moment where I told someone something like that, because I tried to do that with Terrell. It was a guy he was fucking, and I told him that. I said, you like him, I'll get him, I'll fuck him. I didn't say I would send you the video, but I said I'll fuck him and I'll let you know about it. That's not the thing, because I feel like that's coming from a place of hurt. I'm telling the person directly.
Mm.
She was not talking to Angela. You said you told the person
But I've
directly.
I've still done that too.
So this is the thing, though. This is the thing. This is why I think the dynamics change between you and her. Is again the beginning of my statement. You know, this is your perception of you.
Mhm.
Joke or not, this platform was not the place to crack this joke. Now, with that being said, whether or not you were serious, to me, I cannot defend you against the fans and the haters who feel like this woman has a Jezebel spirit
Mhm.
and she is a man stealer. Because you just confirmed it for them. And it makes
And
sense. And I can't be mad at them. If one plus one equals two,
yeah.
and this is what they see it, you cannot be mad at
And
these
I hate
people.
that for her because I get how, I get how they adding that up. And like you said, it's hard to defend. But I also get, I don't know. I do get her. I do get it. I don't know if it's because I've been in that position before or what, but I get it. Now, for her though, now bitch, even though I get it, bitch, now you got to deal with the aftermath. And it's been hard for you already prior to doing that.
And now they really,
And now they
it's
really
a
on your
Portia hate
ass.
train.
It is a
It's a
Portia
Portia hate.
hate
They are
train.
not feeling her this season.
They
And
not.
like I told you before the season started, it would take a lot for
And
me to not
honestly,
support
other
her.
than that, though, I will say though, other than that, it didn't really make sense to me though. Like y'all been going hard on her since the season started. It didn't just happen when that episode aired. Y'all been going hard on her,
Well, I
and it
think they
didn't make
thought that
sense
she
to
was
me
a
before
bad
that.
friend, which to me is a reach. Um,
Definitely reach.
but I like I told you before, like it's gonna take a lot for me not to be a Porsche fan. Like it's just it's been 10 plus years of me loving this bitch. Um
It's definitely
and,
gonna take
and,
a
and
whole
eight
lot
eight
more.
plus years of her being my favorite. Because once Nene left the first time, Portia became my favorite. And even when
Mm-hmm.
Nene came back, I was too invested in the
Mm-hmm.
Portia of it all. So Nene bumped herself down. Okay.
Yeah.
But I can't defend that. I
Yeah.
can't
And let
defend
me
it.
be clear too, even though I've had, a moment like that in the past where I've done the same thing, I still haven't been going around defending that either because I doubt I would say that as at my
Hmm.
age. When it was
And she
said, I
older
was
than both of us.
right. When I
10
said it,
years.
I was like 19. Let's be clear. You know what I mean? I probably wouldn't say that as no grown ass woman either. No matter my track record. So
And
now just be prepared to deal with that aftermath you've put yourself in because, girl,
And this is another reason why
what is we doing?
Angela is not all the way a no for me is because I have to put myself in her shoes as to why she may feel the way she feels about Portia present day. And
Oh, I already disliked her before that happened.
um she's been on the fence for me for a few reasons because it's Angela's done some things I'm like, girl, what the fuck? But then she's also done some things, and we can shift gears into Angela because we love Portia. I don't
We can talk
support the
about Portia
last thing.
forever.
I don't support the end of the last episode. However, Brittany seems to be like, well, it is what it is. Type of
It
deal.
is more what it is. What it is for me. It's just
I
like,
don't support
bitch,
that.
leave her alone, and maybe she won't say shit like that. I don't know, cause you've been coming for her. Like, okay, let's get into it. So first, when everybody was coming at you for being dead ass wrong for inviting your friend into this negative space where you know that they will not be received on this woman's birthday trip. And then in confessionals say you don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So you're willingly putting your friend, not giving a fuck in this negative space, your friend, and this woman who was
And
gracious
then when
enough
her
to invite you
friend
on the birthday trip.
when her friend came, she said, "Can you go talk to Portia so you can get the heat off of me?" I would have been like,
That was
"Bitch."
crazy. Like, girl, you put yourself in that heat. So then once you put yourself in the heat and you start getting attacked, now you can't handle it. So then when they call you out, this is at the dinner with Portia's friends. Then when it's a smaller group of y'all and they call you out again for inserting yourself in business that's not yours, then you want to flip it and try to go back to Kelly's question from episode 1, bitch, to get the heat off of you, and it worked. And I'm mad y'all let it work
Oh,
because, bitch, you wouldn't have got. Ooh, you wouldn't have did it with me.
no, you
You
wouldn't do it with
wouldn't.
me either.
You would
Portia
not.
wasn't engaged though, and I wish she would have
Yeah, because
been.
she was over it.
But that
She was
was
mad as hell at
crazy to
Dennis.
me
That's what
because
it was.
she was able to be a sneaky, slimy slut
Mhm.
because the accountability that we were addressing was of the whole situation surrounding Portia's birthday.
Mhm.
You sneaking and sliming your way through that to be
Mhm.
able to bring it back to, well, where's the accountability for someone else? And somebody said it. I think it was Britt at the table. She was like, "You're
It was
deflecting.
Brit, and I
You're
like that. I
deflecting."
can't lie. Brit had won a few points with
Yes,
me for that, and of course, Angela started to overtalk her and wouldn't let her get out her point because she had just did the same thing to Brit the day prior at Kelly's brunch or whatever, or whoever's brunch it was.
it was
So
Kelly's brunch for Britt.
um you had just did the same thing to her, and that's why I was like, before Portia made her comment, I had already had it made up in my mind that I did not like Angela, because at this point you've inserted yourself into several different instances that have had absolutely nothing to do with you, because you claim you riding for Drew when Drew has even said on camera this past episode, I wish you wouldn't do that.
Well, first, ooh, I don't
Your
know where
friend
to
did not
start.
ask you to defend her in this way. You're making it worse for Drew. You ruined Portia's birthday trip, and you making it worse for yourself. Nothing you're doing is working for none of the parties involved, baby. And you just keep going, I don't give a fuck. Because you want that peach so bad, you want to come back next season. You got to find a
Girl,
storyline because you know you can't, you don't want to keep arguing with your family. You know Charles ain't finna do nothing with you. So what else you got?
and then let's not even get started off of the end of the episode before this one where she was arguing with Portia's friends and she
Mhm.
tried to play like she didn't understand what she did wrong.
Yes,
I
like you the
don't.
oldest one at the table, bitch. You don't know. And then in confessional, when y'all talking about it, that's when she was saying she don't give a fuck.
And so this is what made me really start thinking about how reality shows work, like one of the instances, because I'm like, I hope that I am never on any type of, I have any type of job where I have to defend something like I don't believe in and try to make it make sense to myself as I'm trying to make it make sense to other people, because that's what it gave. Because
Mm-hmm.
anybody who is fucking has an ounce of common sense knows that, first of all, if it's somebody else's trip, you invite no one on this
Mm-hmm.
trip. If you have an idea of somebody who may want to come, you present the host with the
Mm-hmm.
name and it's a yay or nay. It's like, oh, she didn't exclusively say no. No, fuck that. I didn't exclusively say yes, neither. And
Exactly.
so to me, if I
I
say
sure yelled that at the
if
screen when
I
she said
say
it.
if you say, oh, I want to bring so I say, oh, Brittany, your phone went out. Oh my God, I can hear everybody but Brittany. Which is what Portia
Which
did.
is what she did, right?
Right. That is an implied no.
It definitely
It's
implied
an strong, and if you
with an
too dumb,
exclamation mark.
listen. If you're too dumb to pick up on implications, then just say that. I'd rather you just say,
Then you probably don't need to go on no trips by yourself. In general, you might need a chaperone.
hello, hello,
Like,
because
girl,
to
what?
me, I feel like most people will be like, okay, well, my suggestion was a
And
no.
and that's why it's just a no for me.
But let me tell you why I like her.
Tell me something, child.
Because everything you're saying, I wholeheartedly agree with the no's. I've gone through them myself, but the yeses for me is I really feel like Angela is authentic to who she is outside of the group. Um, Even the aspect of I love a bitch. Like remember when Carly Red came to meet K Michelle, the whole shaking the table situation,
Mhm.
and she tried to give K Michelle a hug, and K Michelle was like, I do not come in love. Have a seat. Like that gives me life when bitches are just like when Kelly came down them steps and she said, girl, I don't feel like being fake.
Oh
I was
yeah.
like, girl, I live for moments like that. Like, I'm not finna do pleasantries with you.
Now
I don't fuck with you right
I
now.
will give her that, but that wasn't enough for me to like
No, but that's what I'm saying. She has she's been consistent in doing that. Another example is even the whole argument at the brunch where when she said, because to be honest, Britt did like attack her, and she said, because she said, well, I'm losing my insurance license. All Angela said was, and how is that?
Yeah.
How are you losing that? And she was like, lying. I mean, let's
Mhm.
call it what it is. Brit was not.
Honestly, let's be for real. Okay. It's 2025. Revenge porn happens, right? And I'm not saying that that was specifically revenge porn, but these images are on the internet for anybody to see. So if they are on there the way Kenya says they are, the the whoever looked you up to have to look at your license or whatever, they can just Google it too.
But see, that wasn't why
And
her.
I was about to say, and I highly doubt that that's why.
No, her
And I really
license
don't
was
like that she's trying to
under.
say that it's because of that.
Yeah, so she can be honest because there's a reason why her license is being reviewed, and it is because of Kenya. But I don't know why she chose to lie. Maybe to victimize herself even more, or play into why Kenya was let go from Bravo for viewers. But if you remember the first slide that Kenya brought up said insurance fraud hoe. And from people that were there were able to articulate
I
that she
forgot.
elaborated on how she's doing insurance fraud. And that is why her license was under review. So it had nothing to do with the sexually explicit
And
photos.
see, that's
We all
why
grown. What the fuck?
right. And that's my point. We're all grown. Like it's hard for me
It's
to
not like she work at a
believe.
church.
Right, right. Or a school or something.
Right,
That's why I'm like,
right.
it's hard for me to believe that you really trying to make it seem like it's these
But that's why I
pictures.
said she didn't have to lie. That's what
She didn't
turned
have
me
to lie
off
because it's
about
still
her.
Kenya.
Yeah, hello. You don't have to lie on
It's still
Kenya. You do
Kenya.
not
You
have
know
to
what
lie
I'm
on Kenya.
saying?
She's a villain all on her little lonesome.
Right. Like she'll do the work for you. So like to lie is ridiculous.
Right. But like she wanted to victimize herself, which is crazy because she came for Angela about that this last
I can't,
episode.
and it's crazy because like even though I feel like Kenya was wrong, I don't feel sorry for Britt. I don't.
Now let me say this.
And I feel bad saying that.
When it first happened, I felt sorry for Britt.
When it
Before,
first
as we continue
initially,
to watch, I feel less sorry for her. But when it
yeah.
first happened, I was
When
like
it first happened, I
my
was
mouth
looking
was
like,
open.
yeah, I was looking like one of the cast members. Like, did
Dude,
she really
Portia,
just do
I'm not
that?
gonna lie, Portia's face made me laugh in that moment because Portia was
She
disgusted.
was literally, you could tell her
Portia,
body was frozen for a
if
second. Like,
you
bitch, what?
rewatch that scene, Portia is the only person who did not open her mouth. Portia was the only person whose eyes was talking more than their facial
Ain't said
expression.
a word.
Portia was
She ain't say
like,
nothing
what the
until
fuck
she
is
was like,
going
I'm
on?
ready to go
Yeah.
right now. She's
Actually, I
like,
want you to take this
I
off
was
of
just
me.
about to say, actually, I want you to take this camera off of me. I'm really ready to
Actually, I was never
go.
here.
That's me all day. I don't
Yes.
know. Once
Let me
again,
skedaddle, honey.
I don't know if that's a cancer thing. Once again, but baby, I
Get me up
real
out of
quick.
here.
Oh hell no! Time to go. Pack up your shit. Nope.
Now, you know, I was thinking about this one day. I'm like, I don't know if I would have left. I clearly don't support it. But my nosy journalistic ass would have been like, let me see what else she got in there.
You know,
What else you
Bonquisha, I'd be like, send me the screenshots, twin. I'm finna I'm finna go
And you
to
know, I
the
would have been like,
crib.
I got you. I want to see this through.
Right.
I
Like,
want to see
hey,
this
send
full
me them
action.
pictures. I wasn't here though, but send me them pictures. My favorite thing to say, I was high. I don't remember that.
Hello.
I don't remember
Hello.
that. I love playing dumb. Ooh, I love playing dumb.
It's an art.
Me know nothing.
It's an art. I will
Don't
play dumb
ask
in a
me.
second.
Me know
I
nothing.
I will never forget when I don't know if I just say this. One of my old gay friends was dating a guy, and his partner, who at the time I was not close to, I met this guy through my friend. He asked me if my friend was cheating on him.
Ooh.
And he was. Why would you
Why
ask me
would you
that?
ask me that?
First of all, for anybody watching, the answer is always going to be no. Or I
Listen,
don't know. Because I don't know. Even if
never
I know, I don't.
listen, never answer with you gotta find out for yourself. Ooh, child. I told my homegirl she gotta find out for herself. She jumped up off that couch and proceeded to beat her nigga ass so bad. I was like, I didn't say he was cheating. Bitch, calm down. Like, ooh, it was crazy. So never don't answer that way
I don't
either,
understand
y'all.
why people would ask somebody else's loved
Listen,
ones.
don't put me in there. I
Exactly.
don't
Not only
know.
did you put me in a position to potentially lie, because all my friends ain't cheaters, so let me not say that I'm always lying.
Terrell tried to ask me
But
that about you. Was that Terrell? One of
I
them
know it
did.
was. I thought it was Scotty.
Oh yeah, it was Scott. No, what? No, it was Scotty. It was Scotty.
Um, but Scotty neglected to tell y'all because he's found a condom under the bed.
Yeah, no, he told me that part.
But he didn't tell y'all the full story. We was not
Mm.
together. So
I know because either me and you either talked either right before or right after. I can't remember which one. No, me and you had talked recently before, maybe like a day or two before, and you had just told me that y'all was not
we
together.
were living. It was so weird in that
But
little
y'all were living
studio
together.
apartment.
Yes.
We were
So
living
because he
together and
wouldn't
not together.
leave.
Yeah.
And then I remember him calling me a few days after that and saying what he said. And I was calm about it because I remember you saying, like,
We're not together. And
we're
that's
not
my
together.
bed.
But
But I ain't gonna lie, I would not do that today. I would not do that today because like the way I felt back then was it's my bed. We're not together. I can bring whoever I want to bring. Like it was so rude and disrespectful.
Still, like Scotty, you gonna come and ask his best friend since the first grade.
Yeah.
And you thought even if I knew it to be true, you really thought that I best friend since the first grade was gonna get that up.
Don't ask me if none of my loved ones is cheating on you. I don't care how much I love you, and I have liked some people. It has hurt me to be like, I don't know. I am not with Brittany, or I am not with so and so every day. I don't know. To my knowledge, no. It has hurt me to say that. But not only I'm gonna be completely honest. The reason why I lie is twofold. Not only is it for y'all, because I'm not trying to cause nothing but it's also I don't want to be a part of it.
It's mainly for me. I'm not gonna lie. It's all about me.
You not gonna say that Akeem told me you was cheating. No,
like I be wanting to know the tea, but I don't want to be involved in the tea, if that makes sense. Like don't call me and be like, okay, talk to this person and tell them why I feel. No. I'm not refereeing nothing.
Keep other people out y'all relationships.
I'm not no therapist. I'm not none of that.
This is sometimes I do think because Alex has been a good mediator in some situations for me in the past in relationships. And I think that has to come with a certain level of stipulations about like, this is not to trauma dump her or this is to figure this one situation out. Right. I do think sometimes it's healthy to talk to other people about your relationship. But if you're trying to investigate, find something else out about like leave other people out of that. Find that on your hire a PI.
Right. I'm not about to friend him on Facebook and try to get him to talk to me and all that extraness bitches be doing. Like, if you have honestly, suspicion is enough. If you suspicious, then believe.
No, some bitches be suspicious because they're insecure.
Then they need to go. They still need to leave and go get a therapist.
I'm glad
because either it's an inner issue or it's an outer issue.
But I'm just so glad that Facebook has helped me so much over the years because I can address some things on Facebook and never have to deal with them again. Because after that happened, I was like, please. I waited some time to not make it obvious that what it was about. But I don't know why people come up to me asking me. The answer is always gonna be no, and whether it's the truth or a lie, it's gonna be no or I don't know. I ain't been asked since.
I really don't want to be in it. Just for example, right now, because you don't have Facebook. Right now, there's this thing going viral about this dressmaker who supposedly has been scamming young girls out of prom dresses and taking their money.
Oh, that's fucked up.
It's a lot of going on with that story. But my point is this. It's gone viral. Everybody is giving their opinions left and right. I actually know the dressmaker. I have also seen the videos from the people that are saying these claims. So for me being me, instead of making an opinion and a status like everybody in the city of Milwaukee, I chose to bring a positive light to things and talk about my positive personal experience with this lady so that people can understand. Yes, these ladies did have a negative experience, but there are positive experiences out there. This is not just a completely despicable, low down ass person. In business, sometimes things happen where you can't please everybody, and sometimes it's handled accordingly and sometimes it's not. Hopefully everybody involved uses it as a learning experience, but for all the people who don't know either one of these people from Adam and really don't have no involvement to be going so hard, calling her out her name, saying they want to whoop her ass, threatening her. Y'all don't have, it's people that don't have nothing to do with it, talking about how angry they are. Why are you taking on that emotion?
Okay, I'm glad you cleared it up with the last part because I was going to say if I have a bad business experience and I feel like it's legitimate, and I want to speak out about it
No,
publicly.
this is for the people
But
that
to
don't
the
have
people that
nothing to
don't
do
have
with
nothing to do
them.
with it, that's not.
Yeah, like the other people, if you want to speak out on your experience, that's your experience. I don't
Mhm.
want to take, I will never take that away from y'all. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm not giving an opinion on that. But for people who have not had no experience with the dressmaker, who don't know the girls, who or was helping the girls pay for their dresses or whatever, you know what I'm saying, for prom, y'all don't even know these girls. What is y'all arguing and threatening people that do, like, make it make sense. Everybody know there is three sides to a story. It's
Mhm.
hers, and the truth. So why are we trying to interject and make opinions and don't half of y'all don't even have a business to know how to run that motherfucker accordingly.
Everybody think they know everything on social media. That's one of the reasons it really
Right.
matters.
And that's why I every morning I make a status about minding your fucking business. The reason why I won't tell a motherfucker somebody's cheating is because I'm minding my business. I'm worried
Mhm.
about my shit. I don't want to know your business like that. I don't give a fuck about your business like that. If it's not paying my bills, putting gas in my car, I won't even ask. If you offer it to me, that's cool. But I'm not even asking no more.
I don't understand why people can't just cheat in peace. Why do you have to tell somebody?
Okay, go
Like,
cheat.
don't
Why
just
I
go
got to
cheat.
know?
Why do I have to
Now,
know?
we'll say this: if it's a situation like I've had it where my homegirl might be going to see a nigga for the first time, this her first time meeting him or something. She like, bitch, watch my location. Now that's something else because I'm
Right.
gonna make sure you safe while you cheating her. But don't ask me to lie.
No,
I'll
no,
protect you.
I have had this specifically has come from family. This has never come from a friend. I have had several different family members, several ones that don't even live in this state included, who will be like, because I travel a lot.
Mhm.
Well, one of them was because I travel a lot, but some of them would just be like, just say I was with you. He'll be like, oh, if my wife ever asked, I was with you on so and so. So when you went to Atlanta, I was there with you.
No, no,
Okay.
no, pimp. Better hope she don't ask me.
I say okay. Let me tell you something though. Luckily, nobody has ever come to me to grill me, but I would hate that because I can um I can lie if I'm prepared.
You know how I am. I need my lines.
I can lie if I'm prepared. If your spouse asks me one question that I was not
That I did
prepared
not
for,
rehearse, nigga.
um, I'm not gonna say that I would just spill all the beans, but that's when I'm gonna get uncomfortable and I'm gonna leave. You need this. Why you asking me all these questions? I didn't know I was being interrogated today. I got to go, honey. Let me get up out of here. Let me gather my things, darling. Because why am I being interrogated like this? Because I ain't got no more answers for you. I told you what hotel we stayed at, and where we went, and what restaurant we went to. And now you want to know details about what car we drove? Nigga, I was Ubering. I don't know. Now you asking me too many questions. And nigga, get your lives together. You know why?
Yeah, so when we get intrusive on my
I
stuff.
swear to God.
Yeah,
But
because remember the time this fool,
with Myron,
I
when I
don't know who
lied,
you was with. This nigga was out with somebody,
I was with Myron.
did not tell me that he was gonna lie to his mama and say he was with me.
I remember this.
She called me. She like, hey, babe, let me talk to a king. I was like, talk to a king. I'm like, he in the bathroom. She was like, well, let me talk to him anyway. I'm like, it's thick in there. I don't want to go in there. She was like, girl. I was like, okay, he's not here. I'm sorry. I don't know where he is.
Child.
I started blowing his phone up.
Yes.
Was not answering. Negro, where are you and why didn't you tell me?
You actually got me. You got me before she did. She was blowing my phone up too, but something said to call you back
Ooh, child.
before I called her.
I'm so happy you called
I
me
was
first.
19 years old. I will never forget this. And I was at Dad's house. This is when I first met him. And he had a big space up in the attic. And my phone, I'm watching a movie with Mary. Phone just going crazy. I'm like, I'm ignoring y'all first phone calls, both of y'all. I'm like, I am with my man.
Lord.
So I call you back as soon as I seen Glenda was blowing up too. I'm like, oh,
like,
something happened. So I called Brittany back. She like, yo, mama looking for you. I will never forget sitting there like, oh, I gotta call my mama.
Ooh, I was like, you better think of something good, pimp.
She was
know
like,
you ain't here.
I didn't say, she didn't allow me to explain. I had to think of a line on the way home because when I called her, she was like, get your lying, trifling, dirty, nasty, stinky ass home right now. Click. Myron, I gotta go. My mama said to get my lion. Oh Lord, I don't miss them days for nothing.
God, dude.
I don't miss them days for
I was so
nothing.
scared for my life. I just knew she was gonna kill me.
But when it comes to parents, that's a little different. Please don't ask me to lie to your mama.
As many times as I have been your accomplice, I'm so surprised your mama still love me.
Most of the time, she don't know about. She so angered by me. She don't give a fuck about what else going on.
I always slide under the radar some kind of
You just everybody. If I'm involved, everybody slide under the radar. Child. The whole time we had a fight at a school with Lisa. And,
oh yeah.
Child, as soon as she found out I was
you
there.
was the only one who got in trouble for that?
Yes. Yes. Then after the fact, Lisa, my mama tried to it wasn't even for my image, it's her image in the family. Lisa was the one ringleader. Like, man, now Lisa the ringleader. Did you whoop her ass like she was the ringleader? Did you cuss out like she was the ringleader? Because we was behind these private walls. But,
oh my God.
Glenda is very much so about her perception.
Yeah.
Child. But
so funny.
yeah, please don't tell me your business like that. I just don't ask me. I mean, please don't ask me what my friend is doing. I don't know. Child. But I think we yeah, you looking at your notes
real quick. Okay, we talked about that. Oh, Shamia song. I did make a couple
never
notes.
had.
That song is amazing, Shamia, bitch. I'm waiting on the album. I hope that RL will be working on the whole album because that man know how to make some hits.
Every time I see him, I just think of you leave her, I'll leave him.
Of course, you think
we'll pack
Destiny's
our bags.
Child.
Don't say a word.
But for me, when I see him, I think we can't be friends. Him and Deborah was singing down on that song.
I know we're trying. I try, but I can't hide it.
Ooh, you're
dancing real close.
He will walk in on that part. But yeah, RL be making hits. That man know what he doing. So
oh,
because dude who made that song is producing one of the Housewives album. Let's see. Oh, I just wanted to touch really quick also in defense of Portia. as far as just how she's being perceived this season in general by the viewers. Um, I feel like every time that a housewife goes through a divorce on camera, the things that they do are not really perceived well. I don't know if they necessarily, well, no, Nene probably received as much backlash, but like,
More.
yeah, but like
Yeah.
Cynthia was not herself. She was
She was very mean.
very
She was
mean,
very
very
mean.
nasty. That's when her and Portia fought on the boat or whatever. So we've seen this, even Lisa Wu, we've seen this many times with the women going through divorces on camera. So I really wish the viewers would give her a little more grace. I understand what she's doing is not cool. I agree. However, I just really wish I would give her more grace in that aspect, because going through a divorce is like mourning a death. You really don't know how you gonna act. You really don't even know you like really depressed until you're out of it. So like, I don't know. I wish I would give her more grace while she's going through this time. And she, even Shamia keeps saying it on repeat. That's why Shamia keeps giving her grace. So can y'all give her like,
I'm gonna hate to be the bearer of bad news. They're not.
they're not.
They're
But
not.
I'm still gonna put it out there anyway, because I
But let me
believe
tell
in good
you.
vibes and good energy in the universe.
Let me tell you what's gonna happen.
Oh, they're gonna
What
keep hating her.
always happens is people love to just in life build you up to tear you down and then
Mhm.
redo it.
Yeah,
Um,
because all these motherfuckers that hate her now, as soon as they find somebody new to hate, y'all gonna love her
and
again.
it like look at Phaedra. I mean, they
Mm-hmm.
hated her.
Oh,
Now everybody bring her back,
hey,
bring her back, bring Phaedra back. No, I
great.
don't never switch up on my people unless they really do something to fuck it up.
Now, for me, I will say that the switch up came for me with Phaedra long before the possibility of her
Oh yeah,
returning to
you are.
TV
Yeah.
even happened, even way before she got back to Married to Medicine. So, unlike y'all, I'm not a bandwagoner. I keep rewatching Housewives and looking at it from different perspectives as I get
I had to help.
older.
She can't take all the credit.
You did help. But yeah, so that's how my viewpoints change. I don't go by
But
who I hate this time.
for me, like I I I think that regardless of how much I love someone, I recognize that they're human. And I
Mm-hmm.
recognize as I get older too, even in like real life, like it's okay to not agree with someone's actions and still love them as a human. Like sometimes I
Mm-hmm.
feel like we get caught up in if we don't exactly agree on everything, then that is somehow a bad thing. As if we're like
Yeah, like
cardon copies of
everybody just
one
has to
another.
conform to
Yes.
everything everybody else feels.
And
That's
if you
not
naturally
a
like most times
thing.
we do agree on most things, but there are times where we don't, and that is okay. Like we
Yeah, and
can
we say it all
disagree,
the time. Like, you know
disagree.
what? We don't agree. That's okay. Let's move
That's
on.
totally fine.
Like, motherfuckers need to learn that for real.
So as I take that and I apply that to this show as well, I don't agree with everything Portia is doing, but
I still love her to death.
I love her to death. That's been my
Mhm.
fave since 20. What season did he leave on? Since season 7. No,
Don't give me
eight
that
was the
line.
first season without Nene. Since season 8, Portia has been my fave, and I'm not wavering unless Portia murdered somebody, mama for some reason. We don't understand. Like she has to
She
do
would have to do
something.
something
She's
very
a
low
human,
down and
and if we
trifling.
hold her to this high standard, and this is why I be preaching from the soapbox. I be preaching on when it comes to people telling me what to do and stuff
Mm.
like that too, because the eye that you are looking at me through and to telling me what I should be doing and could be doing, etc. If I was to overlook your whole life, I'm sure there's an area where I could give you some critiques as well.
Okay,
So instead of putting
exactly.
that energy into like hating a person, because I don't hate none of these women,
Right. Agree.
but instead of putting that energy into that, you could be putting it on bettering yourself. And if you keep that energy on that, you'll never find yourself in a position of putting too much into shit like this because you'll never be perfect, which means you should always be looking inward.
Hmm.
Period.
Next note. I hate listening to Brit talk. She sounds so stuffed up and she
My
make
name
me
is
feel.
Britt, and I just want to let you all know
Don't you
that
feel like you can't breathe when she talk? Like I just feel like I'm suffocating. Like
Oh my
somebody
God.
sitting on my chest or something
You
when
don't
she
remember in the
talk.
group chat with you and Alex, that was my first critique. I was like, Brit sounds so nasally. I already don't like her. She didn't even done nothing yet. She just came on the camera like,
yes, I'm Britt. I used to date Britt Ross, and
I'm like, girl.
What's funny is a clip recently came out of her doing some interview for maybe another reality show or something, and it was before her nose job. and she was talking major shit about bitches who get plastic surgery on their face. So it's
Oh,
just funny that you cut your nose up like that.
quickly
But
the tides turn.
you know,
Again, this is another reason why you need to be careful what the fuck you be saying
we touched on that already.
for the whole podcast.
Touched on that. Oh, I know what I didn't say yet. Oh, I said that already. Um, actually, hold on. Let me say this first. Drew is being so dramatic when she left the birthday trip. Now, for me, yes, Angela invited you. Yes, she told you to come. But let's be for real. Bitch, you knew you wasn't finna be received well. So why you come in the first place? You thought she was finna be like, oh, let's talk. Because Angela said you should go talk to her to get the heat off her. If there was heat on Angela, clearly it's not going well already. I just don't feel like a birthday trip was the right time to try to hash it out. Like Shamia and Portia said, just come and enjoy. And we'll talk about that later. Because what I noticed you can happen with Portia. It don't always happen, but what can happen with her is you can have fun with her. You can have fun, dance, turn up, make her laugh, and then she will ease into okay, let's have a conversation. We done turned up, we done had this good time, it's been good vibes. Maybe we can discuss this. So maybe if you would have just ignored the elephant in the room and just tried to have a good time, perhaps y'all could have gotten, to talk on that trip, but to just try to kind of force it, especially in that moment, you can't possibly think it was going to be received well. She
I,
didn't.
I agree with most
Her
of what
body
you
language do not give that at all.
what you saying, but I have to elaborate on that in a certain aspect. For one, as you said, I don't think a birthday trip is any place
But
to
Angela
address
did set her up.
negativity. Like what in a regular person's mind, what would say, "Oh, it's her birthday. Maybe we should talk about the issues we
Yeah,
have."
maybe she'll want to talk about it on her birthday. What?
Like who says that? But then the other reason why I feel like she's dramatic is outside of even trying to address it in the first place was how she left because
Oh, that's what I was
actually
getting at. Her specific
Portia
words was she was attacked. And you were
did
not
she say that?
attacked. Those were her. I wrote it down.
She
Her
said she was attacked.
specific.
She did not say that.
Yes, she did. When she went to the
Ain't no
room,
way she thought
I
that.
promise you, I'm finna tell you, when she went to the room, after she announced at the table she was leaving, and she went back to her room to pack, and the girls, Angela and Cynthia, I believe, were the girls in there that followed her. I know it's Angela for sure. She said, I'm not up for being here and being attacked and cursed out. Neither of those things happened to you. You asked Portia, how did she feel about you being there?
You
And she
straight.
said, you straight.
So that's what that's what I
No
was
curse
actually
out
going to touch
happened.
on
No
because
attack
I
happened.
think that
Now
Drew
that
Drew
wasn't
Drew
warm.
getting up and walking away because of that and feeling acting like she was so offended because to me if you're gonna tell me I'm straight I'm gonna leave it alone in that moment.
Yeah.
Like obviously from the response there's some underlying something there, but this is not the moment to press. And for
Right.
me,
I really
I feel
believe her
like
when she say she's
when you
more
know
mad at
women
Dennis
like
too.
Portia, Nene, Kenya, and they just say you straight, I mean, you should kind of be happy they're not going beyond.
Okay, you lucky she
So,
didn't go off and do
and
all
I
that.
honestly believe Portia wasn't feeling well because she's had a cough these last
That
few
and I
episodes.
truly believe she was more angry
At
at
Dennis,
Dennis than because the thing about it is you the nigga I laid down and had a baby with. And you were the one I was engaged
we
to, and
family
you
forever,
was the
whether
one
you
that
like it or not.
you kept cheating on me, nigga. So I feel like you owe me something. I feel like you could at least do this for me.
I feel like you oh.
And I told you straight to your face for a fact, several times I didn't want you filming with this bitch. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, yes, I'm more mad at Dennis than Drew. I don't think I think she was more so mad at him, and she had been coughing. So
She was under the weather. She was
like,
irritated. She had
girl,
just received that phone call. Like,
ain't nobody attack you, ain't nobody
give it
curse you
up.
out. You really gotta let off real light. So that's what I wanted to say about that. And then lastly, Angela is the summer of the show. The way
Summer
she,
meaning from baddies.
yes, the way she inserts herself in everybody's business and stuff like that to be relevant. it's giving summer, and that's mainly why I don't like
You
her.
know, sitting down with you talking about this, I got my eyes peeled for Angela a little bit more so now. We'll see how I feel next time we sit down and talk about it. But it's looking like you may have picked up on a little bit more
I
than
just don't
than
like when
I.
bitches play dumb. You steady, even the fight at the with Shamia at Kelly's other event, the ball main event. Like, bitch, you steady putting yourself in shit. And let's be for real. You don't know Drew like that, bitch. You don't know her like
Well,
that.
they both from
You don't know
Chicago.
her like that.
They both from
This
Chicago.
you don't know her like that.
Chicago is big.
You don't know her like that.
Chicago is huge. And I think she said
I think
she
y'all
was
just riding for each other
uh
off the strength
of
of
that.
being from
But
Chicago, but y'all know each other for real.
Angela
Stop
is
riding
from
so hard for her like
Harvey,
that.
if I'm not mistaken. And I've been to Harvey. It's a hard knock life. That's a south
She
suburb.
might be
No.
with
No.
the
But what I'm
shit,
saying,
but bitch, stop
I'm
throwing
bringing that
yourself
up
in the
not in
shit.
the aspect of anything like that. But what I'm saying is that Drew is supposed to be from the northwest suburbs, and if you know how big
Yeah.
Chicago is, how far Harvey is deep south, like past downtown Chicago.
hmm
And northwest suburbs, if you're familiar, it's closer to Milwaukee.
Yeah, it's more like
So,
Rosemont and stuff
so
like
why
that.
how like girl? I don't know if I'm buying it either.
I'm not. I'm not. Y'all want to ride for, and let me not even say y'all. Really, it's Angela because Drew
Drew
is
asked her
not
not
riding
to
for you
do it.
like that, and
He
she
asked her
asked you
not to
not
do
to
it.
do it. So come on, G. Like y'all, come
Oh,
on.
my green piece is see through.
Y'all don't know each other like that. Like, stop it. So yeah, that's all my notes, I believe.
It's supposed to
Hmm.
get. I think by the next time we come back, Phaedra should have returned, which I'm
Ooh,
excited
I
for.
can't wait to talk to y'all about Miss Phaedra returning because
And you could never make me hate Phaedra neither.
just seeing her in the Watch What Happens lives after the show with
Dude, when her unfortunately,
Portia,
she
when
had
they
me
said it's
cracking
boots on the
up.
ground, I was like, yes, like this is the energy we
I love
needed. I can't
Phaedra
wait.
and Portia just seem like they'd be such a good time.
And with
Like,
me, the honorable mention with me rewatching the show, I love Phaedra and Candy being friends too. I really hate that this show really destroys friendships because the Phaedra and Portia and the Phaedra and Candy and even the Phaedra and Nene was nice too. Like this show really be messing up friendships for real
I agree.
and relationships and marriages.
If I'm gonna be completely honest, out of all of them, Phaedra and Candy is probably the hard. Followed closely, very closely by Cynthia and Nene.
Yeah,
But Phaedra and Candy is probably the
they was
hardest to
good,
watch
good
fall apart.
friends,
They
man.
were just that was just something special about them two together.
And honestly, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I liked Candy prior to the show based off of being with Escape, based off of her solo work. Um, but once she got to the show, I honestly wasn't feeling her like that because I didn't like her siding with Kim Zolciak in the very beginning about the song.
You
I
know, like they're
didn't.
starting with the white people.
Nope. So I was
But I'm the
already
racist.
I was already a little iffy, like, bitch, what we doing here? You know what I'm saying? And then her and her and Kim eventually fall out. Her and Phaedra get cool. And I'm like, I really like their friendship made Candy likable for me. Like in a different aspect. Cause obviously everybody loved her. Well, I ain't gonna say everybody loved her musically, but based off of the hits, everybody loved them hits. So,
They stick like grits, bitch.
because after we saw her live, I can't, I can't,
Um, and on that note,
I can't.
I don't want to tear Candy down right now. But on that note, I have to pee.
That's great to end it here. Then,
So, um, I definitely feel like just to wrap up the whole Housewives thing and the podcast. I'm actually really excited about this season of Housewives. I tailored off the last season, which was a year and a half ago, around this time. I'm still engaged. I do think Portia's a big part of that. But for me, this is an entertaining season. I could be biased, and I acknowledge that. But hey, if I am, I'm watching. It's my peoples that gotta watch. So.
Okay.
But I'm excited, and I'm excited for Phaedra to come back, and I'm already looking forward to the reunion. Like I just know it's gonna
Definitely
give.
looking forward to the reunion. I'm
So
looking forward to, and real quick, I am, because I've been seeing it on social media and it's been giving me my life for quite some time, because these are people that we know are friends at this point for real. I have been seeing Phaedra, Cynthia, and Portia kicking
Serving.
it
Yeah.
on the Instagram for months before filming even started. And just even seeing like the little bits and pieces of them going out, here and there on Instagram, like their chemistry is so real, it's so raw, it's so fun. I really can't wait to see the three of them actually together. I've been calling them Frick, Frack, and Frock. So
It wasn't that actual. The actual wasn't that a group? The
I
Freak
don't
Frack and Frock,
know.
because they got freaking Frock from the what it's a show. It was freaking Frack was characters from a show,
Oh, I
but
don't
I
know.
always thought it was Frick Frack and Frock.
Oh, I don't know, child. You're going to look that up, child.
I
I thought
am
I was being creative. Tell me
Snaggle.
something.
It's called Snaggle something. It was a show with
Fraggle
Frick.
Rock.
Is it Fraggle Rock? Is that what it is?
It might be Fraggle Rock, but I
But
don't
it was
remember
a
none of
freaking
the.
Frack from a show. They did not make that up
I
on
don't remember
Housewives.
none of the puppets' names on that show though.
But it's a freaking Frack, and I thought it was a Frock too.
Mm.
But if that is, then it might be perfect. But I'm gonna say one more thing to add on to that. I'm living for that too. But also, I do want Kenya to come back next season.
I do.
I do want Kenya to come back
I don't
next
even like
season.
her, and I do.
I'm not her fan either, but I want her to come back next season. Not only do I want to see her and Portia try to recover from yet another blow from an attempt for them to try to be friends, but just the dynamic of Cynthia and Kenya's friendship and how that's changed, because Kenya refuses to talk to Cynthia. I don't know if you know that.
I do know
But
that.
to me, that's interesting because a friend can't hold you
Well,
accountable.
I don't know if she necessarily refuses, because I heard that Cynthia ain't necessarily tried to reach out to her either.
Well, this is the thing. She made several attempts, and I'm not gonna reach out. Would you want me to reach out to you for the rest of your life for you to give me
Wait,
your
you
ass to
heard
kiss?
Cynthia say that?
Cynthia made several attempts after that incident to reach out to Kenya. Kenya has not responded to those attempts, and Cynthia finally said, "Well, you just reach out to me when you're ready."
Mm.
And I feel like I'm not going to reach out to you until the day I die.
See, I'm wondering what interview I saw then,
I'll be
because
watching all of them.
I saw something right after, but it was like right after the show though. It wasn't Watch What Happens Live, but it was like
Or
an
page
Instagram
6.
clip or something. Yeah, something like that. She was with a different blogger or something.
Were they white or black?
I really wasn't paying attention
Because she's been on ET, page 6. Cynthia's done quite a few interviews.
But whichever one it was, at that point, she hadn't even tried to contact her.
No, from my understanding, Cynthia tried to contact Kenya right after the incident happened. This is not recent. This incident is a year old. So this is not like me saying Cynthia's been reaching out for a year.
I wonder what. Now I really want to go find it to figure out what was I watching.
Yeah, watch it and let me know, because from my understanding, I've watched 2 separate interviews.
Because I heard that she hadn't tried, but that was at that point. But you're saying that she did call her right after it happened.
So from my understanding,
I'm gonna have to go back and find
it was immediate.
Because if we both seen interviews like that, then Cynthia lying about something.
No, we might want to go back and just double check that we understood correctly. But
that too.
From my understanding, I could be too. But from my understanding, it was I reached out immediately after several times, and I haven't spoken to Kenya since that happened.
Because people was chopping her in the comments for that.
Oh, Cynthia's a flip. And this is like, Cynthia can't hold Kenya accountable. I feel like that's exactly what she did. She held her accountable in that moment. I feel like
she was the only one who actually said something in the moment.
In the moment, yes.
I feel like people wanted her to, you did that. That's not Cynthia.
No, first of all, not only is it not Cynthia,
and honestly,
but as a good friend, that's not the time and the place to do that. That shit is fresh.
And honestly,
like, who's gonna be receptive to that?
If that's how she's acting in the moment, like, you really think she's gonna receive any person,
no.
even if they weren't acting like that?
No, that's what I'm saying. Receive that at that time. And again, know your friends. Like, I don't care if I do have a soft-spoken friend. I just don't feel like in the moment at that time is the appropriate time.
I think that she did what she did and said was appropriate.
Graceful as she always
It was
is.
graceful. It was mature. She let it be very clear that I love you, but bitch, you wrong.
Mm,
And I don't think there was really more anything more for her to do in
me
that
neither.
moment.
Me neither.
Now
And
we can get in depth later on the phone, just me and you.
right
But in that moment, I
on
thought
camp
that
with
was
these
very,
cameras rolling,
I
bitch.
thought it was very eloquent, elegant,
Even though they
demure,
on
like y'all
right,
love to
very classy,
say.
very demure.
Like,
Even though they on a reality show, I do think that these people are some of them are real friends, and
mhm.
some of the stuff they do on this show has real life consequences. So you have to kind of put yourself in the shoes of if you was on there with your real people, like how would you react? Some of these bitches don't give a fuck about each other, so it's
You
whatever.
know what? And one more thing, because I saw this somewhere where somebody said, I can't remember who it was, and they said, even though I don't agree with what Kenya did, we can't tell her how to respond to a threat. However,
I don't believe she was threatened.
I
I don't.
mean,
I don't.
semantics, right? However, let's just say she really was threatened with a gun. You gonna respond to a gun with
A
pictures
piss.
of
I
the
mean a
bitch
penis.
that wants to shoot you sucking dick. How's that gonna stop the bullets?
Um, so that's actually more so what I was touching on when I say I don't feel like she was threatened. It wasn't a matter of whether she received those comments as a threat. It was more so like I don't feel like Kenya was intimidated or
Yeah,
felt
you wasn't
threatened by
intimidated or
because
felt
to me,
threatened.
this is something and this is coming from a very strong person. Let me tell you something. And I know everybody's different. So I'm not saying that my response is Bible, but most people tend to agree with me across social media. If I'm threatened, I don't engage the person that I'm threatened by.
Especially not like that.
Yeah,
If I'm
I
engaged,
don't
I'm
go.
gonna have my gun too, at least the
If hello, if
fuck.
I think you're gonna shoot me, nothing in my mind says,
I'm gonna bring some
let me go.
Polaroids to a gunfight. These will stop the bullets for sure. Bet you was sucking dick. What?
Bah, 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 bah.
What?
Uh,
Make it make sense, simple bitch. Like,
but no, but then
I
I
don't
also say
get
that
how that
because
makes sense.
Kenya has gone on interviews and like she did like now we're rewatching old interviews like she was on Tamron Hall and this is I'm so glad we brought this up. Okay, I wanted to talk about this. She was on Tamron Hall and oh I felt threatened. I felt unsafe. There's no way you felt unsafe. You wouldn't have did it if you felt unsafe. And then the thing that I wanted to touch on was that this space was dedicated to your daughter. This was your time to shine.
And like Kelly said, this is a woman's salon. This is the epicenter of women empowerment.
Mm-hmm.
The epicenter. That's where it starts. When a bitch hair look good, when she done got a facial, her skin glowing, nails did, that's where that shit starts.
And you chose to make that about Brit Edie and sucking dick. You cannot make this up.
And it's crazy because I'm not even a fan of you. And I'm like, sus, like I always tell you, royalty should not be addressing the peasant.
And she said
And
that,
in
but
that
she
aspect,
still
that's what, like, girl, like you said it in the speech and you still did it. Like, I just want you to make sense. You contradicted your own self. Because at that point, right before you did that, you were still the queen. And you could have handled that like a queen should.
But you know, Kenya, and I had to get somebody together about this on social media. Kenya has never been put together. I'm sorry,
Mhm.
she's never been put together from the smallest thing to the biggest thing. It took her how many? She's talking about Sheree. Sheree was a deflection for how much longer it took for her to make her own house. When
Mhm.
she finished her house, it didn't have no trim.
Mhm.
It was unfinished when she had her housewarming.
Looked a mess.
She brought props to a reunion that she didn't have put together before she started
Because I
using
told
it.
you they don't never give her consequences until now. And that's why she thought she could get
Hold
away
on.
with doing that shit
And the
too.
funniest one of them all, proving that Kenya is not ready, always put together, is the last reunion. I don't know if it was the last two, but her versus Sheree, where she brought the subpoena to Sheree, and Andy opened that subpoena up and said, "The subpoena blank. Ain't no, I can't accept this. Like, what is this? Oh, we'll get you the right one, don't you?" Kenya has never been put together because her fans just try to make it seem like she's just that girl. Kenya has never been put together. Out even when she looks beautiful, we've called her when she pulled her dress up just ash. All right, child. Kenya has never been put together. I'm sorry. She's not that girl, and it makes so much more sense when you think about who she attacks and who she's insecure around and things like that. She just hasn't been that girl.
Because Portia is that girl.
Hello. You can say what you want about her personality, looks wise. She eating the girls up.
No more.
And y'all could call
With
it
no
surgery
effort.
and all this other stuff that y'all like when Angela said that
I'll
it's
be honest,
fix
she
the
was
flat.
eating the girls up before the surgery.
But no, what I hate when they try to call her ass fake because Portia's ass is not fake.
That's the one
If you
thing
watch
that's real. That's the
Portia,
only thing that's real.
I need y'all to go look at some cut
Her
music
titties
video.
fake.
The some
her
cut music video
teeth.
will stop all that. She has modeling
She got a
pictures.
little, but baby,
And
that
that's not
ass,
even. She didn't even get a nose job. She
that
gets
ass is
those.
real. She took the little
She gets
whatever.
those. I forgot what they're called now, but she didn't even get a nose job. She did not go under the
Because
knife.
she didn't have to. It was
She
already
got-
skinny.
She got something. I forgot what it's
It's
called.
like she explained it on the show. It's like they add.
Yeah,
They
and they
added,
dissolve,
like-
and you have to go keep getting it done.
Mhm.
So she didn't. She never went under the knife for anything other than them to go for Coco and Chanel that she didn't name Ben and Bob now.
That had me screaming.
Me too.
Like, how can y'all hear this woman jokes and hate her? Like, because the Ben and Bob sent me. I was like, yes, bitch, tell them.
After
Tell
PJ, they
them.
Ben and Bob.
Bye-bye. Them babies be having them girls on the floor.
Let's get out of here for Glenn to go to sleep because I'll be here
no,
all
we
night,
is here.
child.
Yes, we can talk about Housewives all night.
Child, and don't let Alex have been here. But
Ooh, we should invite.
shout out
Sissy
to Alex.
next
Yeah. Oh, next time we
time.
could invite Alex. If she had a time. Child, she busier than me.
Ooh, yeah.
Than me and you put together.
Listen, watch her get her house built before Sheree and
Hello?
Kenya.
Hello? So she can really tell you how long it take to build a house.
Okay.
And only make a fraction of what them bitches make. Them bitches was playing.
Period.
It's all about how you budget it.
Period.
But we're gonna head out of here. It's been another good episode of Twin Tuition Podcast. I am Donnie Akeem, whichever you prefer. Ooh. Better get it on the floor. Get it on the floor.
This brick bread short stack. And we out
this bitch. Bye. Drop my damn fan.
just threw the motherfucking fan.
Lord have mercy.
Ooh, I'm so hot. Get me out this hot ass room.
I got a piece of it.
I bet you will. We have been sipping.
You know, that's all it takes for me. Oh, I thought that cup was empty. It wouldn't be me if I didn't spill some type of way.
Dang. Ooh, I'm so ready.
He must have paper towels. Oh, this shit was dried up on the hood. Let me not be yellow.
Yeah, right.
Kirby ass would have laughed at. Oh, wait.